Mhm.
Hi.
Hi. Morning, everybody. Before we get to our next adventure, I want to talk to you for a minute about something that happened in the last couple of weeks. I am a pretty big fan of comic books. I've been reading them since I was a kid, and I love them. And for those of you that read comics and are into comics, you may know that your local comic shop, your LCS, is pretty significant to you. For a lot of people, it becomes a home away from home. Your friends are there. It's people you see on a regular basis more than your other friends, more than your family. If you're really into it, you're there all the time, and it's a big part of your life. Well, I just found out that the local comic shop that I've been going to for about 10 or 11 years is shutting its doors. And it bothers me. And it bothers me not only because of the comic shop, because, let's face it, I could find another comic shop. But what bothers me is it's another small business that's going out of business because people do not frequent local businesses enough. Yeah, it's cheaper, it's easier to buy stuff on Amazon, but you're buying it through a computer. You're not able to go into a store, interact with somebody, get information from somebody that knows the product really well. With the comic book store, it's you go in there and they know you, they know what you like, they can recommend things to you, they can introduce you to things you would never think of picking up. And it's a huge part of the comic book reading is learning about new books and getting introduced to new things and new people and new characters. And you can't get that on Amazon. So I want you all to start shopping local. And before you buy something on Amazon, think to yourself, can I get this somewhere here? Can I get it local? Can I help support my community by buying it in town? Yeah, you may spend a little bit more, but the fact that you're helping out somebody in your own community should just negate that whole savings. So I just want to give a shout out to all the guys at the comic book store, especially the owner, Sacco. And the comic book store, by the way, was Comic Book Jones. I don't want to see another one go out of business. So please support your local stores and businesses. And in a little bit of good news, the owner of the store is actually starting a new business. And yeah, I mentioned his name was Sacco, but his real name is Michael. And he's starting a new business, Michael Rivas Pet's Best Friend, which is a pet care service. He walks dogs, takes care of aquariums, does everything except for he does not do grooming. But he's CPR certified for dogs, for animals. He's basically a pet paramedic. So if you need somebody to take care of your animal, talk to him. And I will leave a link to his website in the description. So that being said, continuing with the theme, today we are going to be shopping local, and we're going to take a short trip to the Staten Island Green Market. And I've never been there. I've been through it. I've been to the place. I've never walked through it. Katie has been there a bunch of times and absolutely loves it. So we decided to take a short trip there and to see what people have. So let's get rolling.
some recipes.
Nice. So we just finished at the farmer's market and it was pretty good. We got, well, Katie got a ton of stuff. Sorry, we're trying to leave the parking lot.
We'll learn how to cook eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the thing. She was like, yeah, I'm gonna get a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, we're not gonna be around and we don't know how to use any of this stuff. So.
But we're gonna try.
Yep, we're gonna figure it out. And it was pretty cool. I had never been here. Well, I was here once with you, but I stayed in the car. I didn't actually go in when you were walking around and looking and stuff. But it was pretty cool. It was a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be, and Katie said that was actually kind of big. And it was a lot of people selling a lot of produce, which again I was kind of surprised because it is October, so you wouldn't think that a lot of the produce would still be around, but
yeah.
Yeah, so it was good.
And I have to say, like, I feel better about the food that's in the farmer's market than I do about our own supermarket.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they don't leave out moldy food, and I can't tell you the amount of times I've come across moldy food in the supermarket, like
right.
Rotten tomatoes, rotten strawberries, rotten, you name it.
Right, and the stuff from the farmer's market, just because of the nature of it being farmer's market and small farmers, it doesn't last. So you don't know how long the stuff that is in the supermarket has been there, and you know this stuff that you're getting here is relatively fresh.
Yes, and it looks beautiful, and they really do keep it clean.
Yeah.
And like you can actually see the dirt that came out of the ground, which is kind of reassuring to me. I'm like, okay. And that organics guy, oh my God. Yeah. His produce, I don't know what half of the stuff is, but his produce looked amazing.
Yeah, we went to this one guy who had all kinds of weird produce, like daikon radishes, which I know what those are, but like all this other like greens and stuff that we were like,
pastel purple.
Yeah, and we were like, what is this stuff? And he was telling us what it was and what you can do with it and how you can cook it and everything. And what I thought was interesting was, like, here's a guy from probably rural New York, upstate New York. How is he finding out about a lot of them were like the Asian produce, like Asian greens and things like that, and it's like, how do you find out about this stuff, and how do you decide I'm gonna start growing daikon? Like, I guess maybe you use it and you know what it is and you really like it, so you're like, okay, other people will probably like it. I don't know, but I'd be curious to find out something like that. So anyway, so we left the farmer's market and we're driving around, and oh, Katie wants to make one more stop, but we also are going to do one more stop, and then we're going to run home and we can actually show you what we got and stuff. So we will be back later. So we got back from the farmer's market a while ago and just got a chance now to put stuff away. So she put tomatoes,
purple potatoes,
tomatoes. What was the first thing you put in there? Some kind of greens?
2 kinds of dandelion.
Oh, right.
I was told red you can eat raw. I don't know if that's true, but he's got red stems. And then green you saute.
Oh, okay.
Or cook up.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know how true that is, but...
Okay.
Okay, I got an onion. Onions stay out.
Onions stay out of the fridge.
Got carrots. And they cut off the tops. But, I mean, look at these carrots. This is what carrots should look like in real life.
Those are like...
Bugs Bunny carrots.
Those are you.
Right? Bugs Bunny carrots. And then people, look. Look, people. This is what real celery looks like.
That is like ridiculously dark green.
Yeah. And like, look at how small the stems is. Makes me wonder what we've been buying in the supermarket.
Yeah.
Is that real celery we've been buying? Doesn't even look this green.
Yeah. That's about all we did today, which was a whole lot. And we will be back again, hopefully next week, with another video. And tomorrow we're doing something that's going to be pretty cool. And of course I'm gonna have my camera with me and we'll take some footage of that and you'll get to check it out next week. So until then, we're just gonna keep rolling along and thank you guys.